Good morning, sunshines. We have peppers potted up, ready to get planted here in another week or so. Down here are some peppers and tomatoes for friends at work. My ginger plant is out here. And then here are some of my tomatoes that I need to get planted. Finally have the rows weeded to put them in. And these are extras that no one's ever claimed, so they might get composted. And here we have some amaranth, Love Lies Bleeding, red leaf amaranth, and red garnet amaranth, a nice big zinnia in the middle. Back here we have kale from my friend Becca, and 3 of the dark red hibiscus. Gave one of those to my mom, maybe for my sister. A couple peppers potted up here, but then I still have some I have not yet potted up at all, which I need desperately to do. And then more zinnias. I gave about half of the zinnias or more to my mom and sister. And then I have the cleomes, the kale, some hollyhocks, the poppies, and the gem marigolds, red and yellow, and then lemon and tangerine. And then I have in the back is the cosmos. The seashells, the pink ones, are much taller than the xanthos, the yellow ones. In this little red cup is a goji berry that appears to have survived being in that cup all winter, even when there was no plastic on the greenhouse here. And it also looks like some chamomile got planted in there somehow by accident. Probably seeds fell off of some chamomile I had in here last year. So hey, we'll let it grow. We'll plant them together, see what happens. And then the pansy, and I think the asters are the other ones in there. And then I've got the parsley from my friend Becca, growing well. Here I got some tomato seeds last Saturday, so a few days ago, and planted them. There are 2 champagne bubbles that I planted, 2 orange currants, and then some purple tomatillos, since mine didn't bloom this year, or germinate this year. So I've been wanting the champagne bubbles for ages, and the orange currants also looked wonderful. So they're both a cherry tomato, and the champagne bubbles is supposed to be very prolific and kind of this creamy white color. And then the orange currants are actually only supposed to get to be about 1/4 to 1/2 inch in size, and they're supposed to be very sweet. Both of them are supposed to be very, very sweet, so we're going to try those and see if I like them any better than regular cherries. And then it does not look like any of the green twister echinacea worked. I do have some of the Chelsea basil, and a couple of the lemongrass came up, so that's cool. And of course all my brassicas. I gave a couple broccoli to my sister, and all the Swiss chard, which I would love to get planted here soon. And then I got some pineapple tomatillos and Aunt Molly's ground cherries planted, or started, and potted up, and then the shishito peppers back there, and some asparagus. And that is our greenhouse tour. It is almost 80 in here. It only got down to like 68 or 69 last night. And it's supposed to be another hot one today. Temperatures are supposed to be, I believe, low to mid 80s, which means it'll probably top out in here because it's supposed to be sunny most of the day until this evening. So, alrighty. And sorry for any swaying while I was videotaping, or filming, recording. Good Lord, videotaping really dates me. But The swaying is because I happen to have a little grandbaby in the baby backpack carrier. So she was on her way to sleep and saw us swaying to help her get there. Made it through their first move. Only a few discovered this feeder. There was a second one over here that none of them had discovered. So I had to stick it over there with the other ones. Everybody survived the night. Everybody survived the move. We just slide it forward. This is where they slept last night. So there's plenty of poop. And now they're on a little fresh spot. I was kind of hoping that they'd scratch into all that poop over there, the horse poop and cow poop a little more, but they haven't. They're not layers though. Layers tend to do that more. Once the meat chicks are out of here and we're done with meat chicks for the summer, I may move my laying hens around and see if they can't clean up some of this horse and cow poop for me. Yeah, you'd think they were starving to death. At least now when they get in their feeders, they don't fill them up with wood chips and can't find the feed. They actually had all the feeders completely empty this morning and I didn't have to dump anything else. That was kind of nice. I'm not sure they're doing much with the grit. I hope they will. It'll help them process their food better. So we'll see how they're doing, and we still have about 3 gallons of water in the waterer, so that's nice. Okay, so my helper and I, my helper, eating the egg is not helping. Anyway, out here I've dug a hole. Down here it is hard clay, so I'm not sure how well these will do. We do drop an egg down on the bottom, crack it open, put just a smidge of dirt over that, and then we'll take our tomato. Sorry, I'm having to do this without my tripod today. This one is a Dr. Witchy's Yellow. And, okay, that didn't work well. Hold on. I don't know if I can make it so you guys can see or not. Probably not. Alright. Let's try this again. Like that. Alright. That took a little doing. But we've got our tomato plant down in the hole. Bring the rest of this dirt around. Press it down in. And stick our little tag down here so we remember which kind it is. And there is the first tomato planted in the ground. Now I just have all of those to do. Skipping a little section there where the raspberries are. And all of these to do. It always looks so much more pretty and colorful when I have all the cups and the eggs out, but then the after picture's kind of blah when all it is just the plants in the ground, but that's alright. It'll be good to get these guys in the ground today. Alright, I'll show you after. Alright, the main tomato rows are in. Raspberries in the middle of this one. This end is Dr. Witchy's Yellow for 4 plants. And then I have 3 San Marzanos. And on the other side of the raspberries are 5 of the pork chops. They're one of my favorites. And then on the end of the other side is 4 Paul Robeson. Then we have 3 mortgage lifters. Then we have 5 pineapples, another one of my favorites. And then we have 4 black crim. And of course my garden assistant today. I was a little concerned about whether or not this container would shade out this tomato too much. But I think even if it shades it a little bit in the top of the day and when the sun's the highest, I don't think it'll shade it too much because it will eventually grow up the trellis and won't get shaded at all. And it'll get sun before and after the container shades it a little bit. So I think it'll be all right. So those are the main tomato rows. I still have to plant my Romas and my cherries. Haven't quite decided where I'm going to put those, but I better get on it quickly, I'm sure. I may end up planting the Romas back over here with the onions. I left a little space along this side. I may just go ahead and put my Romas in there. We'll see. Alright, I'm going inside for a break. It is way too hot out here.